Hi, Rob Rell here. You probably know that I read a lot. And I take that a little bit further. I read and fill my head with positive material a lot. I commit to a minimum of an hour a day of reading and filling my head with this positive material. I'm constantly running Audible, whether it's in the car, making lunch, making dinner, wherever I can. I do that to make sure that I've constantly got new ideas for myself, but also to take them and turn them around and share them with you in my way and what they mean for me. One new idea that I came up with recently is actually an old piece of Buddhist wisdom. And I learned it from Jen Sincero in one of her books, You Are a Badass. And the quote is something like this: strong back, soft front, wild heart. And just by hearing that, I know that you're starting to formulate ideas of what that means for you. And that's wonderful. That's the place that you really need to be. Again, I'll say it one more time for you: strong back, soft front, wild heart. And for me, what this really means, and to try and take it beyond the obvious, is that strong back is knowing what your values are and sticking to your values, sticking to your integrity, sticking to your boundaries, knowing what you'll put up with, what BS you'll put up with, and what BS you won't put up with from people and from the world, and knowing how to put a stop to that. Whether it's somebody that is doing something like breaking the law and calling the police, or if it's safe and possible, trying to do something about it, or whether it's somebody in your family that's overstepping their bounds and just being willing to say no. What else does having a strong back mean? It means being willing to stand up for what you believe in, being willing to hear another's opinion even when you don't agree with it. That's part of having a strong back, is having an open mind. Being willing to be vulnerable is part of having a strong back. It takes so much more will for many of us to reach a level of true vulnerability that it so much belongs in that strong back category. So let's move on. What is a soft front? It's having compassion and empathy, a loving heart, not just for the ones that are easy to love, but for those that are tough to love. Whether you're kids, a work compadre, or maybe even somebody that you're competitive at work with, or somebody that you're competitive in sports with. One of my favorite sports to watch is ice hockey. And in ice hockey, every single playoff game, the players meet at the ice and congratulate each other, whether they are on the winning team or on the losing team. They congratulate each other for a battle well fought, because that's what a true sportsman does. That's what somebody that has the love for the game and all of the competitors within the game does. And that is true integrity. That's why one of the many reasons that I love that game is that no matter how hard fought it was, no matter how much hockey has become known for being a sport that allows and sometimes even glorifies fighting, at the end of every game, they shake hands and congratulate each other. And for that, I have mad respect for every single ice hockey player. And that starts from the littlest kids all the way up to the pros. What else does having a soft heart mean? Having a soft heart means taking the time when you are already late for work to stop and help that person lift the groceries into their grocery cart. To open the door for somebody just because that's who you are. And I could go on and on about what a soft heart is. And let's move on to the final one. Having a wild heart. A wild heart is about being afraid or not being afraid to fail. About going out and looking at everything in the world as a challenge. Everything that the universe brings for you is for you. It doesn't happen to you. It's there for a purpose, and understanding that and knowing that I may not get it this time at this moment, that whatever's happening in my life feels raw and deep and hurtful, that eventually I'm going to come around to, yeah, there's something in there for me. I will find what's in that pain. I will find the nugget of truth, what the universe has in mind for me, and the lesson that I can learn out of this. It's always there. I've been through a number of them, some even very recently, and I will guarantee you that there is always a nugget of lesson and learning within everything that you go through. Also, being a wild heart is some of the obvious things like bungee jumping. Maybe it's water skiing or walking up to the rim of the Grand Canyon, that spot where there's no railing there, and just feeling that canyon breeze come up the canyon wall and hit you in the face. Maybe it's skydiving or driving down the road in a motorcycle without a helmet, if that's legal in the state where you live. Maybe having a wild heart is also connected to vulnerability and being willing to put yourself out there to find the love of your life. Maybe having a wild heart is just being in that spot and being willing to look, and with the possibility that you will find that one person that you're looking for. That's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoy it. Continue to meditate and ponder on this one, because I know this one is very personal for everyone and very deep for everyone if you let it be. I hope you like the points that I laid down. If you're looking for something more, I put the link up here. You can go to my website, robrell.com/story, and I have some additional free bonus content there for you to have access to and check it out whenever you want. I hope you enjoy that. Please share and like this, comment as well. I would love to hear from you what your thoughts are and what these 3 things mean to you. Take care. Bye-bye.